Hi, my name's Jemimah. I'm a singer-songwriter from the Highlands, Scotland. I think I'm quite quiet to meet the first time, but once you get to know me, I'm quite hopefully friendly and fun. I listen to a bit of a mix. I go through phases of listening to certain bands. It varies from pop to kind of alternative pop. When I'm studying, I quite like calm music as well, so indie folk, things like Hollow Coves and that sort of thing. There's a band, Switchfoot, in America. They're sort of an alternative rock band, but they have some very interesting and deep lyrics, and that's really what I quite enjoy. Like, I quite enjoy finding the meaning in songs as opposed to sort of just listening to melodies. For the past few months, my favourite band has been Floor, which is an American kind of alternative band, and they did a cover of Coldplay's Yellow recently, which I just love. My dad listens to U2 quite a lot, so we had U2 in the house. Amy Macdonald, who's a Scottish singer, quite a lot of sort of church music as well. I am still kind of finding my feet in what particular music genre I want to write in, but I think it has some pop in it because that's what I kind of draw some of my influences from, but a bit kind of alternative and maybe indie folk as well. So I try to write positive music mostly. When I was younger, it was definitely very sort of happy clappy, and it wasn't. I feel like there wasn't much like depth to it. I think I do try and write more depth into it now, and I kind of want people to experience that. But I do kind of want to bring that hope in the music. I think some of the best reactions have been when I've played songs like to my siblings and they've been like, oh, that's a really good song, because you actually know that if they didn't like it, they would tell you, whereas a lot of other people wouldn't. I think I was about 8 or 9, maybe it was a bit younger than that when I started writing. I had a band with my siblings. I've grown up with a love of music and wanting to be able to write. My parents are both musical. They got us started on the instruments quite young as well, so I started learning keyboard when I was 4. And then all of my siblings, I have 5 siblings, so they all have different instruments that they're learning. Yeah, we're very musical and it's good fun. I joined the worship team at my church to do singing as well, and so I've kind of always grown up with that music around. I went to school and I learned the saxophone as well, so that's kind of where I was able to read music. Down, waiting for nobody here. So there's a singer-songwriter from the Highlands who I've kind of followed her journey as an artist, and she's kind of inspired me to go further myself. When I was about 12 or 13, I heard the singer that I was talking about, Tamzene. She played music and she wrote her own songs, and I was like quite inspired like that, and I wanted to be able to play the guitar. So I then taught myself, not very well. I think my family had to put up with some bad music for the first few months. I had seen her busking quite a few times, but I also met her. It was sort of indoor market thing that my church did, and she came and played for some background music for that, and then I went and sang with her, and she was just really lovely, and I was like, oh, I want to be like that and be able to perform and play music. Yeah, so I taught myself guitar and then began to busk when I was about 15, just in Inverness High Street. It was terrifying, but I'm really glad I did it, and my dad, I remember the first time we did it, my dad took me and got me all set up and everything else, and people were really positive about it. So yeah, I still busk in Inverness mostly. I've done a little bit in Edinburgh as well. The biggest fear was just seeing people I knew. So actually, playing to complete strangers is fine, because you kind of don't then have to put up with their opinions, in close opinions in the future. So I think that once I got past the first few times of sort of people from school being there or whatever, and just by the end everyone just knew I did it, and it was just, yeah, it was a lot easier to get up into the high street. But I still think there's still always that nervousness when you first are just setting up, and then you start playing and it's actually fine. You have some weird experiences busking as well. Yeah, generally really good reactions, which is nice, and people are supportive, and it's always lovely when someone comes over to tell you as well, because you can appreciate it more when you finish a song and they come over and talk to you. busking, it got me out of my comfort zone. It was a good way to earn a bit of money as well. I think as well it was a place where I didn't have to do my own music, which is because I've always found that a little bit nervous to play my own songs, because it always feels like you're giving a little piece of yourself out to the world and like asking for their opinions on it, which it is, and that's really cool, but it also, it kind of has that vulnerability to it. You'll always have my heart. Over the past sort of year, I've really been wanting to pursue this a lot more. I would love to do some more performing and putting songs out there and take it a lot further than I have already, because it's kind of taken me years to kind of build up the courage to do that. I am studying medicine as well at the same time, so that's quite a heavy workload. When I was deciding whether to go to university and study medicine or sort of music, that was quite a big decision to make. I decided that I really wanted to study medicine, but I would always keep music alongside it as well. And I've realized over the past few years that I can really definitely do music as well. I'm focused on trying to make it work, definitely, and I'll see where it takes me, really. So the time we'll be staging bigger scenes and bigger stars. Partly I love music. This is a bit cliche, but it's very universal. So I did some interrailing in France and Europe a bit, and there was this hostel I was staying at, and I was already kind of feeling a bit lonely because I'd been there for a few days and didn't really know anyone. I'd been sort of wandering around doing the touristy things, but yeah, and I went down to the common area, and there was a group of students there as well, and they were all sort of playing piano and singing in French, and then I sort of made myself get up and also play the piano and started singing, and I invited some of them over to come and sing with me, and it was just really nice because I felt like I sort of made some new friends, and it was the music that had brought that together. And I think that music does bring people together. So this is a song I actually wrote really recently in lockdown. I was missing a couple of friends of mine, and just knowing that a lot of people were also kind of experiencing the same thing, and probably more deeply with missing family or not being able to be with family and friends and that sort of thing. So it's kind of, I guess, about once all of that's over, being able to see everyone again. Hi, my name is Jemimah, and this is my song called Running. It's quiet, the lonely streets are waiting for feet to hit the pavements and lift the emptiness. We've been longing for some understanding to try to fight the starter. It's harder than it looks, and we dream the world away. We see it for some sort of conversation. Well, I know you do your best till this is over. I'll be running down the miles, just anywhere to find you. I'll be running, all of me just wants to hold on tight and not let go. Hold that hope deep somewhere, so you know I'll find you there. I'll be patient, I know you're worth the waiting. Passing nights and days bring me closer to you. It reminds me how much we take for granted. running down the miles just anywhere to find you. And I'll be running, all of me just wants to hold